The city was still the same, dark, cold, and hopeless. In Los Angeles, the rain never stopped. Concrete buildings pierced the sky, and even the neon lights drowned under the gray clouds. Years had passed, but not much had changed. Deckard disappeared, Kay sacrificed himself, and now everything was just as chaotic as it was once before. Me, I'm L, a new generation Blade Runner. My mission is clear: maintain order, hunt replicants, finish the job. But lately, the job doesn't seem as simple. Somewhere along the line, I started questioning things. Maybe it was when Wallace's plan started going awry. He's always been smart and cold, but now he's more devious, more determined. The idea of replacing humans with replicant slaves has become his obsession. In his factories, the new generation replicants, they're different, very different. They're stronger, smarter, and worst of all, independent. They can make decisions on their own. One day, I raided one of Wallace's hidden factories. What I saw burned into my memory. Beyond everything I had ever known, I realized these replicants had the capacity to reshape the world. In that moment, I knew Wallace wasn't just playing a game. He was playing to win, but I wasn't alone against Wallace. In this dark labyrinth, an old enemy re-emerged. Freysa, the leader of the Replicants. She was different from Wallace. She had a real purpose: freedom. While Wallace sought to create enslavement, Freysa wanted to liberate humans and replicants alike. When we first met, joining her side was the last thing on my mind. I was a Blade Runner. Replicants were my prey. But the things Freysa said got into my head. I thought twice, then a third time. I began to question, were replicants really just simple tools? Or were they beings like us, with dreams, pain, deserving of freedom? One day, Joshi, my superior, called me into her office. Her orders were clear: find Freysa and kill her. The strange part was, for the first time, I felt resistance inside me. The plans Joshi laid out matched perfectly with Wallace's directives. Something was off, and it became obvious that Joshi was in league with Wallace. When I left her office, my mind was made up. I was going to ruin Joshi's plans and bring down Wallace's regime with Freysa. It was betrayal of my past and my duty, but doing the right thing is never easy. Freysa and I launched an attack on Wallace's stronghold. We had replicants on our side. We were armed, prepared, and fueled by an unyielding belief that we could bring down Wallace's empire. When the battle started, everything turned into a blur. Bullets, explosions, screams. Something inside me told me we would win, but I also knew that losses were inevitable. When we finally reached Wallace's throne room, he was waiting for us. Calm, arrogant, and ready. He was the one who had created the game and written the rules, but we were determined to break those rules. The battle began. Swords were drawn, bullets flew, yet every hero has an end. And mine came here in this room, facing Wallace. As I fell to the ground, gravely wounded, I saw Freysa one last time. The darkness in my eyes, perhaps, became a glimmer of hope in hers. Protect your freedom, I told her, as I took my last breath. I thought it was all over, but I was wrong. Freysa defeated Wallace. The replicants were liberated. Was the world ready to face the wrath of the replicants? Time would tell. But one thing was certain: we were not just machines. We were beings who fought for our freedom, who dreamed, and in the end, won. If you ever look up at the sky and make your way towards this dark city again, pray for the freedom of the replicants, because this fight is far from over.